What's up, D&M crew? That's right, we have decided on D&M crew. That was actually one of the questions that we have asked already. That is what we have chosen, D&M crew. We'll be referencing D&M family all the time, so you can still say D&M fam, but we just like the D&M crew just because it's more unique than a lot of these other ones out there. We love DMC, just fits us. That's what we chose. I'm still gonna be saying D&M family all the time. I'm sure she is too. So that's question number one. We are doing a Q&A today, answering all the questions that you put on our other video on her Instagram. We're just gonna get started because we have about 25 questions to answer, and so we're just gonna be going boom, 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 boom. If you want us to elaborate on any of the questions even more, ask it in the comments, or even suggest doing a full video elaborating on that, because there are some pretty big questions in here. So
I'm excited.
Yep.
Let's get started.
Okay, so the first question is, can you do the Never Have I Ever challenge? Love your vibe. Thanks.
We will.
Yeah, we will do a video on that. I'm not sure when, but we will. The next question is from Mitch. He said, how much do you love me? A lot.
Yeah,
a lot. Kaylani asks, what inspired you guys to start a YouTube channel? So I'll take this question away because it started with me.
She inspired me, so it started with her.
I watched YouTube for years and years and years, and I was like, this is so cool how these people are making a living off of YouTube and just doing super fun and crazy things on YouTube. And I was like, I want to do that one day. And I created a YouTube channel, but I never actually like posted any videos. And then when I met Mitch, I brought up the idea that I wanted to start a YouTube channel, and he was like, you should do it, but I was still super nervous, so my first video was like really bad. And then Mitch and I got into it together, and
well, even though I didn't want to start it back then, I tried to be as supportive as I could about it, but quickly realized that she needed me to come in it with her if she was just going to be as happy as possible, because you know she kept on having to do videos alone, and I don't think that was working out really. So
no, because I always wanted him to be in my videos. I was like, can you please be in this video? Can you please do this video with me? Like, I just felt like I wanted someone there to do it with me. Yeah, he didn't want to do it at all, and then he finally was like, okay, I'll do it. And it was just like a gradual thing. Like, he got into it gradually, and
now I love it.
Yeah, now he loves it, which is like, is it hard starting a YouTube channel? Love from Turkey. I enjoy watching your YouTube channel so much. That's so cool. Like I kind of said in the previous question, it is kind of hard just to put yourself out there. And I think that's the most difficult part about it, just like being comfortable on the camera. I definitely think that once you start and just put your first video out there, you're going to love it so much if it's truly your passion, and it'll become easier as time goes on.
And then what you'll find once you start that first video, you're going to need to do a lot to get it out there in the public, to get it out in front of people and all that stuff. So you're gonna actually have to look up what words you're gonna have to put in the titles to make people actually want to watch it. Your thumbnails are important. So you'll find out that it's fun once you do it, but it is a lot of work to get started. We don't want to fool you into thinking that it's easy. Just be ready for putting a lot of work into it.
What were you guys' parents' first reaction about your interracial relationship? There was no reaction because it was like nothing. It's not a big deal. Are y'all going to get married one day?
Of course. You guys have no idea how much I love this girl. If I could do it right now, I absolutely would. I would give her a ring, but we need to be ready for it financially and everything. We are just waiting until we can be financially set, but I guarantee you, yes, I'm going to propose to this woman very soon, because she is the love of my life, and there's absolutely no more I have to say about that.
You're so cute.
We actually have some more questions about marriage, so we're just going to do those right away. Are we going to have a Christian or Jewish wedding, or a mixture of the both? I think right now where we're at is we're probably not going to do a religious wedding. And that's just because we want everyone to be accommodated for. I'm not sure if there's a mixture of weddings. We could look into it. Honestly, we haven't looked too much into it.
Yeah.
But I think where we're at right now is not doing either one.
From the beginning we said that. We said we didn't want either or. We just wanted it to be like neutral, just like a wedding. And we don't even know if we want to have a wedding or a big wedding at all.
That's another question. Are we going to do a small wedding or a big wedding, and a small honeymoon or a big honeymoon? We want a very small wedding and a very nice honeymoon. Like, we want to go multiple places. If we could, we would spend zero on the wedding and everything on the honeymoon, but we still want a wedding a little bit, but it's not as important to us. And if you have any questions about that, put them down below, because you know that might seem confusing, but we thought about this long and hard, and we're okay with it. What religion will we raise our children in?
Oh, we've talked about this too.
Yeah, we've talked about this, and I know someone has commented on one of our other ones that you can't do it, you can't raise them in both. And what we are going to be doing is raising them under, like, with the knowledge of God. And that requires really all Jewish texts and Christian texts, in my opinion. I grew up in Christianity, you grew up in Christianity. I took on Judaism because I felt a deep connection to it. Even when I was a kid, I felt a deep connection to it. And I think both are crucial for our society and understanding God and understanding what he wants from them, because I believe all these people were working for a moral higher ground, you know, and they wanted to be better and move themselves forward. And so I won't go any further into that, but if you want us to elaborate on that more, go ahead and ask.
Well, another question we get asked quite a bit is, are we still moving to Texas? Yes, we are still moving to Texas. We don't know an actual date. We want to move soon, but we are just trying to get our finances together and be stable enough so that we can actually do it on our own.
Do we have a favorite movie together? We don't really watch movies, we watch shows a lot. We go out to the movie theater, but we don't really watch the same one ever. So we watch shows. Right now it's Ozarks.
During the holidays, we watch the Polar Express.
Polar Express, yeah, that's a good one.
I just love that movie.
How old are we? A lot of you actually asked for my age, because you all know how old she is.
I'm 21.
Yep, because there's a video on that. And I'm actually 24, so I'm a little bit older than her. I'm actually a March birthday too, March 21st.
We're exactly 2 weeks apart.
Exactly 2 weeks apart. I am not quite 3 years older than her. What is our favorite food?
Mine is tacos.
Mine is probably burgers.
Burgers?
I love a good burger. Like, there's nothing better.
You guys, no matter what restaurant we go to, this dude's gonna get a burger.
Pretty much.
Which annoys me.
Or a quesadilla or something.
Yeah.
Or salmon. Depends on how much I want to spend.
Fish, burger, or quesadilla.
Depends on how much I want to spend, you know. I don't know. Burgers are just good though, and if you can find a really good place with a good burger, you can't go wrong with that, you know. What is our advice for a guy trying to find the perfect girl? I really don't know the secret formula for it. I can tell you what I did. I got myself ready. I had a relationship 2 years before I met her, or 2 years before I started dating her, and I decided that I really needed to work on myself to make the next one work. So I didn't date for 2 years. I made sure all of my relationships with my family and friends were good, you know, because if you're gonna add another relationship into your life, quite honestly, maybe the most difficult relationship that you're gonna have in your life, the one that you're gonna be spending you're adding, yeah, you know, you're gonna spend the most time on this relationship because you're gonna be spending every day with them, pretty much, if you want to spend the rest of your life with them, if that's the goal.
And a relationship with yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And you need to work on yourself. You need to make sure that everything's set, because if you get in a relationship where not everything is right, you know, it's not gonna work out, because you're gonna be blaming them for your mishaps and stuff like that, and that just cannot work. And so I told myself that I was ready for a girlfriend after 2 years of really working on myself. And I told God, actually, that I was ready to meet the woman that I needed. Not 2 weeks later, Destiny asked me to go out, right? And I know that sounds bad if you haven't watched her How We Met video. She asked me to go talk about theology with her. And I took that as a sign from above that this girl was the one for me. And so I don't know the perfect formula. I just know that I made sure I was ready. I made sure God was with me on this journey. I told him when I was ready, and he responded with the most beautiful girl I could ever imagine. And the most perfect, like inside and out. Inside and out, this girl is beautiful. And I definitely believe that God gave me this girl. Make sure he is in your decision on every step of the way when you are trying to find that perfect someone, girl or boy. That's all I have to say about that. Do we live together? Sort of.
Sort of.
She will.
Not really.
Yeah, she will spend the night sometimes, but she still lives at home. We probably spend the majority of the nights though. We didn't start doing it right away. We waited a really long time before we started.
A year.
Yeah, like probably longer until we started regularly doing it. And so we like doing it. Again, we're ready to get married. We think that we have done this right in our own minds. It's expensive to get married, so that's it. But we definitely treat ourselves like a married couple.
So the next question is, have we ever been to Prince's Paisley Park Studio Museum? No. I've driven by it multiple times, but I actually can't believe we've never gone.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of bad.
What is our advice to our younger selves, and if we could change one thing about our past, what would we change? A lot, maybe. I like where I ended up, because if I didn't do things like I did, I would have never met her. And so one of these things I would probably tell myself is, don't get a 4-year degree and go get a 2-year degree. But if I did that, I would not have met her, because I wouldn't have been in school and needing to work at Caribou. And so it's really hard with these things, because I wouldn't have met her. But a 4-year degree, in my opinion, is not as useful as something else that you can get a good paying job for.
My advice to my younger self would be to just do what makes you happy.
Yep.
And do it for the right reasons, not for other people but for yourself, because in the end you're gonna end up miserable.
And just on this note, a quick little thing that I heard the other day. Someone said one of the hardest things that they learned in their life was understanding that being a good person does not mean people would treat you better. And actually that's something I would want to tell my younger self, for sure. I think a lot of the times we think, oh, I'm going to be a good person, people are going to treat me better, life's going to be better. Life will be better, but people will not treat you better, especially those who do not know you, because they don't know that you're treating people nice, you know?
Exactly.
You know, they just have mindset on them, so that's something I would tell myself. When would we have a meet and greet? That one I actually was not expecting. Yeah, I was not expecting that one. We would love to. I've thought about it, but probably when we're a little bit bigger.
Yeah, we're not big enough for that.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think many people would show up.
Yeah, where more people will show up, that's when we'll have one. Yeah. What's our favorite thing to do together? We like cuddling for sure. And I'm saying that. I never used to before her.
He's a cuddler.
Well, now I am. I never used to.
We like taking walks around lakes.
What's our favorite trait about each other?
Like personality-wise?
Personality-wise, my favorite thing about her is that no matter what we discuss, no matter if it's a problem, a good thing, a bad thing, she's willing to meet me halfway on it. She's willing to like understand where we're both coming from. I love that too, because obviously fights will happen, but it's how you compromise. Yeah, it's how you solve them and stuff. It's how you solve them and stuff. Solve. She is always willing to work with me, as I am with her. And
after a little bit.
Yeah. If we're not, we just need some reminding. My favorite trait about her is that she loves me enough to work on our relationship. That's all I need.
My favorite trait about Mitch is that he's so nurturing and understanding whatever I'm going through. I swear, this dude knows exactly what to say, do. He knows that he needs to just be quiet and hug me, kiss me, whatever. And it's just, I don't know what I would do if...
That took a lot of trying to understand her. I didn't just get in a relationship with Destiny and say, all right, I'm going to treat her the way I want to treat her, and that's how things are going to go. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I got in this relationship so I could treat her with the utmost respect, understand her, because I wanted that aspect. I wanted to learn all about someone in a new way. I wanted that girl I could wake up every day to and bring her coffee and make her breakfast, you know, and just work on being with each other. I didn't want to just take this the easy route, so...
I love you for that.
I love you. This one's a little bit easier. What type of work do we do? I'm a writer, so I work various writing jobs, just kind of like a freelance writer, writing blogs for certain people.
And I work at a coffee shop.
So we actually do have a question about sex before marriage. We save that to the end just because it's a little bit more touchier.
Pun intended.
Yeah. Say, well, we understand that back in the biblical times, there was no dating, right? People were either single or they were married. You know, they didn't have like, oh, well, you know, I'm going out Friday night just to see this guy and stuff like that. I was like, no. It was more likely someone brought 2 chickens and a goat over and said, hey, can I have your daughter? It wasn't the same, you know, it wasn't the same. And so our attitudes about it is like, it's based on you. You have to do what you feel is comfortable. I would recommend not having sex on the first dates though, please, because it just doesn't work out, you know what I mean? That means your relationship is based on lust, most likely than anything, not love.
Which I think is like the true sin.
I think our biggest thing is having sex when you love someone, right? And that's key. I recommend waiting months before you do, maybe years. You know, you have to feel like you are very comfortable with that person. And so marriage, it's kind of iffy, you know, it's different nowadays. And so we just like to say, you know, it's up to you. You have to do what you feel
is right Like if it feels good,
if it feels
then
good,
I say you're on the right track.
But yeah, it has to be thought about though. You can't just be like, well, I like it, so I'm gonna do it, you know, every weekend. You just have to, you know, we recommend that you have to love the person for that you do it, you know. Don't go on one night stands. It's been proven beyond a doubt that that is the worst thing you can do for relationships, right? I don't understand these open relationships, don't get them, we don't like them, we don't do it, and we never have.
We never will.
Yeah, so yeah, and ask God, make sure God's with you, right? You know, do all that stuff. We base it off of, is it right for you?
You will just know personally
You know those
the
things.
feeling, and you just know yourself better than
anyone else out there. So
no
again,
one can judge your relationship from the outside in. Only God can judge your relationship. The only relationship that's important is between you guys and God.
All right, so that's that. We do have a couple other ones that weren't necessarily questions, but more video requests, like our first kiss on the 3rd date. We know you guys are still waiting for that. Don't worry, it's coming.
Yeah. Just because we're done with the 20 and 20 doesn't mean we're not gonna do like the video ideas we said.
We are still going to be uploading videos. We got you guys.
Consistently.
Yeah, consistently. So we're just taking a little break, like 3 days. And so like the skincare routine for Destiny,
Oh
because
my gosh,
you guys,
so many people have been asking me for a skincare routine. If you guys really want a skincare routine, which is not super detailed or anything, then give this video a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below.
And that's it, guys. That's our Q&A. The last video of the 20 and 20. We hope you enjoyed this. We may do one in the future. We don't know, but it'll probably be if YouTube ever becomes our main job.
That's it for the Q&A. We hope we answered all of your questions. If we didn't, leave any other questions that you guys have below and we might make a whole entire video on it. But we hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed and we'll see you on our next video.
Yep. See ya.